Have you ever seen someone in desperate need of help? Maybe on the street, maybe online, maybe right in front of you, and deep down you wrestled with the question, should I stop and help, or should I just keep going? Most of us have been there, and how we answer that question says a lot about who we are. Over 2,000 years ago, Jesus told a story that cuts right to the heart of that very moment. It's short, but it's one of the most powerful stories ever told. It's called the parable of the Good Samaritan, and it still challenges us today. Here's how it begins. One day, a religious expert stood up to test Jesus with a question. He asked, "Teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus, instead of giving a direct answer, turned the question back on him. "What is written in the law? How do you read it?" The man replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind. And love your neighbor as yourself," Jesus said. "You've answered correctly. Do this, and you will live." But the man wasn't satisfied. He wanted to justify himself. So he asked one more question. "And who exactly is my neighbor?" And in response, Jesus told a story. Imagine a rough, dangerous road winding from Jerusalem down to Jericho. Everyone knew it as a place where robbers lurked in the shadows. One day, a man was traveling along that road when suddenly he was ambushed. Thieves attacked him, beat him badly, stripped him of everything, even his clothes, and left him half dead on the roadside. He lay there, bleeding, weak, unable to move, hoping desperately that someone would stop. The first person to come along was a priest, a respected man of God. Surely he would help. But when he saw the wounded traveler, he crossed to the other side of the road and kept going. Maybe he was afraid, maybe too busy, maybe worried about his reputation. Whatever the reason, he didn't stop. A little later, another man approached. A Levite, someone who worked in the temple, someone known for serving God. But when he saw the man lying there, he too passed by on the other side. 2 chances, 2 missed opportunities for compassion. And then came the third traveler. This time it was a Samaritan. Now, to understand the weight of this story, you need to know this. Jews and Samaritans in those days despised each other. They avoided one another. They held centuries of hostility between them. So if anyone was expected to keep walking, it was the Samaritan. But this is where the story flips. When the Samaritan saw the wounded man, his heart was moved with compassion. He didn't look away. He stopped. He went over to the man, cleaned and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine, supplies that cost him something. Then he lifted the man onto his own donkey, brought him to an inn, and cared for him through the night. The next morning he handed the innkeeper 2 silver coins, enough for several days of care, and promised, "Take care of him. If you spend more, I'll pay you back when I return." He didn't just do the bare minimum. He went above and beyond. When Jesus finished the story, he turned back to the religious teacher and asked, "Which of these 3 was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of robbers?" The teacher couldn't even bring himself to say the word Samaritan. Instead, he answered, "The one who had mercy on him." And Jesus replied, "Go and do likewise." Now let's pause here because this story is more than just an ancient tale. It's a mirror. It shows us what real love looks like. It's not about titles, status, or religion. The priest and the Levite knew the scriptures, but they missed the heart of it. The Samaritan, the one least expected to help, is the one who showed what true neighborly love is. So what does this mean for us today? It means our neighbor isn't just our family or friends. It's not just people who look like us, believe like us, or live near us. Our neighbor is anyone in need, anyone we have the chance to show mercy to. Think about it. Our neighbor might be the stranger in traffic who needs a hand. It might be the coworker everyone avoids. It might be the person from a completely different background, culture, or even belief system. It could be someone society has pushed aside. Being a good Samaritan means crossing the road instead of crossing our arms. It means showing love when it's inconvenient, costly, or uncomfortable. And there's something even deeper here. The story of the Good Samaritan doesn't just teach us how to treat others, it points to Jesus himself. Because in many ways, we are the wounded traveler. Life, sin, and brokenness have beaten us down, and Jesus is the one who didn't pass by. He stopped. He came to us. He healed our wounds, carried us, and paid the price for our recovery with his own life. He is the ultimate Good Samaritan. So when he says, "Go and do likewise," it's not just a command. It's an invitation to reflect his love. Maybe that looks like helping someone in financial need. Maybe it's showing kindness to someone who has hurt you. Maybe it's standing up for someone who can't stand up for themselves. Mercy can look like 1,000 different things, but the heart behind it is always the same: love in action. And let's be honest, it's not always easy. It takes time, it takes sacrifice, it takes seeing people the way God sees them. But when we choose compassion, we don't just change someone else's life, we also change our own. So the next time you see someone in need, big or small, ask yourself, will I be the one who walks by, or will I be the one who stops? Because in the end, the question isn't just, who is my neighbor? The real question is, am I willing to be a neighbor? And the answer isn't found in what we feel. It's found in what we do. Now I'd love to hear from you. Who has been a good Samaritan in your life? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.